Joining us now in the studio is Gidon Katz, producer of the Israel Real Estate Show, which will be taking place at the 14th of November 2021 in New York. Shalom.
Shalom, shalom, Yoni.
So why are you bringing real estate to New York? I mean, there's lots to talk about, ideals, connecting to Israel. You do it through real estate.
Well, it's not a new concept. Obviously, the Americans have been buying property in Israel for the past 30, 40 years. And there are at least two types of those who want to buy property in Israel. Those who are actually making aliyah in the next month, half a year coming up. And those who are long-term. They want to start with a vacation home and hopefully, slowly but surely, they'll make it to Israel. So there's a big need. They haven't been able to come to Israel because of COVID. Many couldn't do that. That stopped them from buying what they wanted to buy, investing in what they wanted to invest, and living the dream. So we are giving now the opportunity, we're coming to them.
Now, when it comes to investing, we'll talk about those who are planning to immigrate, but those who want to invest in Israel, what are the first things you tell them, you explain to them, maybe relax them about things that they're maybe deterred from?
Well, first of all, anyone who's been following the market, buying a property in Israel is one of the best investments that you could do. Besides the spiritual part of having a property here in the Holy Land, but there's actually it's a great investment. Property in Israel has gone up rapidly in the last 10 years, and the growth is to a degree that the Israelis are complaining that the
property prices are going up.
Exactly, are going
up.
But
I guess that someone coming from abroad doesn't understand what area is considered a very big city, an important city. What area is maybe a small town, but sounds big. So that's where you guys come in, right?
So we are going to give all this information in the event. So people will meet the builders themselves. They'll hear lectures about the real estate event. They'll read about it. We're providing lots of material. The Anglo communities where it's trendy to live in, and also where they could see just a potential in a great investment and a great return.
So we talked about the investment. You mentioned the Anglo communities. When it comes to those who want to live in Israel, it's also about who are your neighbors going to be and who else are going to live there. And there's many different options in Israel. Some want the closed Anglo community. Some want the semi-closed Anglo community. It's different.
So obviously there, as many people say, there's so many, two Jews, at least 6 opinions. So same goes with here, but traditionally, many Anglos like living in with familiar neighbors, familiar culture, familiar language. It makes it easy in the first few years. Then they could decide to move to wherever they want.
It's a good start.
It's a good start for them, good start for their children. Many want to maintain the English language, and they have the neighbors with a gun.
And even the culture, to some extent.
And the culture. They feel that they've got what to contribute to the Israeli community, but still they want to maintain what they have from back home, right? So they do want to integrate into the Israeli community, but they at least, wait 1 or 2 generations until that happens.
As someone who's been in the field of production and conferences, you missed it, right? I mean, we're talking about already almost 2 years of COVID.
So
and
for
everything
2
was
years,
Zoom.
Everything was frozen. We had many events canceled. When COVID broke out in March 2020, we had a few events planned in New York and London, and just like that, they stopped. So now we're back, and we feel that the audience is waiting for it. The people in New York are waiting to meet people face to face, with the restrictions of vaccinated people only. But we're following the rules by the book. But I'm sure they'll have a great time, and they'll see lots and lots of vendors that have got lots to offer to them.
Okay, Gidon Katz, producer of the Israel Real Estate Show in New York, which will be taking place 14th of November, 2021. Thank you very much and good luck.
More to come.